Do you like the ocean? Well, that makes two of us because the ocean is in big trouble. Here we've got a little model of the ocean for you, this little beaker full of water, real nice, real pretty. And the ocean does a lot of stuff for us. It gives us some water, it has all sorts of fishes in it, it has coral reefs, and it regulates our temperature and stops too much CO2 from getting in the atmosphere. It's really important. But what if they were all going to die? Well, not so fast, because they're not all dead yet, but they're sure in trouble. So let's take a look. You got your fish in the ocean right now, but oh no, what if we started overfishing and we took all the fish out? Now there's only a few more fish left. Oh, they're all gone. All the fish are gone because we took too many and we can't eat fish anymore now. And what if we wanted to dig some oil in the ground underneath the water? Oh gosh, no, blow, no, look at this, oh no. What are we going to do now with all this oil in there? And what if there was global warming and it was so hot, and this was just so hot, you'll have to imagine this just being so hot now and just ruining it. And what if the beautiful coral reefs, home for so many fish, were just destroyed by our foolishness? Think about that for a second. So you can imagine how terrible the oceans would look if we did these things to them. But luckily, the oceans are not quite this size. They're actually a little bit bigger. And so we actually have a chance to save them. And our group's going to go in more depth and tell you all about it. So stay tuned, keep your ears open wide, and let's take a gander, shall we?
Phytoplankton, it is estimated, produce over half of the oxygen we need to survive, while at the same time are essential to many food chains. Carbon dioxide is best known for causing global warming. Well, an increase in oceanic temperatures is a large issue facing our oceans. A not so well known effect of carbon dioxide emissions is that of ocean acidification. This phenomenon is caused by rain particles mixing water and carbon dioxide, forming carbonic acid. When the rain hits the water, or when the water mixes with the air, this acid raises the pH of the water. Global warming is a large obstacle facing our oceans. Due to thermal expansion of the oceans and glacial melt, ocean levels have risen.
Because of our dependence on gas and oil, billions of gallons of oil needs to be pumped and processed. As a result, an estimated 1.3 million gallons of oil are spilled in U.S. waters alone each year, and this is not including major spills. This oil injures and kills plants and animals, mostly birds and cute little otters. Another issue the ocean faces is trash. Believe it or not, there is a floating patch of garbage in the Pacific Ocean, which is 9 feet deep and weighs 7 million tons. Most of the patch is plastic, which does not break down. It just breaks into smaller pieces, and these little pieces can kill animals that swallow them.
Overfishing has become a major problem that contributes to our oceans. More than 85% of the world's fisheries have been pushed beyond their limits. People may no longer afford fish by 2050 because there will be only a handful of fish left to actually spend on. Some causes of overfishing are open access fisheries, poor management of fisheries, and illegal fishing. Some impacts are the imbalance of marine life, threats to coral reefs, economic loss, and decreased food security. An example of an overfished species is tuna.
Coral reefs are a great example of the adverse effects on the ocean that pollution is causing. But 25% of fish species live there. So you can probably guess that because they're so great and everything, they're all being destroyed. Well, the warming oceans are causing a breakdown of the symbiotic relationship between coral and its algae. This is called coral bleaching, because the algae gives the coral its color, and when it leaves, well, you get that terrible, sickly white look. Coral reefs dissolve in acidic environments, so as the amount of CO2 increases, the coral reefs will dissolve more and more until they can no longer even grow in our oceans. The reefs are also hurt by overfishing and the use of nets that drag along the bottom of the sea floor, destroying the coral reefs outright.
Climate change and pollution don't just affect our oceans, but they also affect our freshwater bodies of lakes and rivers such as the Great Lakes. In our Great Lakes, the biggest problem comes from runoff from irrigation practices. This irrigation tends to have a lot of sediment in it and a lot of phosphorus. If you take a look in Lake Erie, that has a ton of phosphorus in it. That causes toxic algae blooms, and it actually has a green slime look to it, which is very disgusting. Microplastics are also a big problem. All plastics break down, and fish and organisms tend to eat them because they're so tiny, and then they biomagnify, and the higher up in the food chain, the more microplastics are found. Climate change also warms water temperatures and decreases water levels, causing some species of fish to not be able to survive.
So we've learned a lot about the problems facing the ocean today, but now we're going to learn about some of the solutions.
So in order to stop global warming, we should switch from non-renewable sources such as coal and natural gas to renewables such as solar or wind power.
To prevent oil spills, move away from oil-based products and energy sources, and to reduce that nasty old garbage patch, just reduce, reuse, and recycle.
For overfishing, we can use more sustainable fish practices.
You can help protect coral reefs by supporting sustainable fishing practices, ecotourism, and renewable energy.
You can also help our lakes and rivers. You can do this by having better irrigation practices, using less pesticides, and not watering your lawn right after using pesticides or herbicides.
So if we just follow these rules and try to be as environmentally sustainable as possible, I'm sure that we'll see an ocean that looks more like this.
Crazy. Look at all them fish! The coral looks so nice.
Yes, it
Not
does.
good.
I like
I would
this.
drink that water.
I would too.
I probably wouldn't.
A little salt.
Yeah.
Okay.
Shark in the hole in the bottom of the sea. There's a hole, there's a hole, there's a hole in the bottom of the sea.